Hey Aries. So we are going to be jumping into your cards for this eclipse. So getting right into it, right off the bat, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which I love, honestly. Love to see this card coming. I don't think anybody hates to see this card coming. Any aces are usually a good sign of some sort of new beginning. So of course the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles, whichever you prefer, is going to be about some new financial opportunity or some new way of bringing new resources in. It doesn't have to be about money in particular. It can definitely be about some sort of new stability, new security, new sort of like foundation as well. Because pentacles are not just about money in particular, they're just about the tangible things. And so, what matters is what I get most from this. It's solar eclipse in Libra, and so a lot of that is having to do with what is actually good for the long haul, and not just like very superficial what and what just kind of looks good, but actually what is good, what is of value. And I think the Ace of Pentacles is really talking about this simple thing is extremely valuable. It might be new, but you can grow it. It's like a seed, is what I get, like from just kind of like a visionary standpoint. Like, is what I'm getting more intuitively is that it's like, okay, you have been given a seed during this eclipse and you are growing it. It's something that could be very valuable, and it is very valuable, but right now you have to grow it. Because we also have the Knight of Wands. I feel like the Knight of Wands coming right behind the Ace of Pentacles is like that growing power we see in this eclipse. It's like that action that is being made. Knights are going to be movement or some sort of like messenger, is usually what we see with knights in particular, but it's like the action that it takes to make the Ace of Pentacles become the Ace of Pentacles. It's one thing to just have the resources, but it's another to actually do something with the resources. The Knight of Wands can also be someone like a younger fire sign, or just a fire sign in general, that really comes to tell you about this new inspiration, new creativity, new idea. And they're saying, hey, I want you to invest in it, or we should work on it together. Because I do want to remind you, even though the solar eclipse is in your seventh house, the ruler of this solar eclipse is going to be in your eighth house. And so it can be about somebody bringing you an idea that they want you to work on together, and you maybe investing in it, or you asking for someone to invest in some sort of new creativity or a new project, or invest time into something that you would like to build. Because it's definitely creating some sort of new path forward. We have the Two of Wands that comes up as well. The Two of Wands is structure, is about like structure that has been built, and you're kind of leaving it behind to go on to something new. You've grown into something new, and you're going off on that journey and that adventure. This is not an overnight thing. Even though we are in cardinal sign energy, the ruler of this eclipse is in a fixed sign energy. And so it's about momentum, it's about pacing yourself, it's about understanding that this road will not be easy. Venus in Scorpio is not an easy placement. Venus isn't super happy to be there. And so it can be a lot about being prepared and being having like a very grounded mindset of, okay, yes, I'm coming in with all this energy, King of Knight of Wands, and all of this creativity and inspiration for this situation of what the Ace of Pentacles can be. But I have to remember that it's not going to just be easy peasy. And I think that's where the Knight of Wands can kind of get a bit tripped up, is that either it's spending its energy everywhere and it doesn't have time or the energy to invest into what truly matters, the Ace of Pentacles, or it's just kind of it's just lacking that structure, in order to kind of see a situation for what it truly is, and it's really focusing on the more fun parts of a project rather than the reality of a project, which can be a bit hard. We're in Libra season. Saturn is in Pisces. Saturn and Pisces can make dreams into reality. And with the sun being in Libra, Saturn really gets to do its Saturn thing in the sign of Pisces, which can be okay, this is the dream that I have, but it's about to be like a no bullshit kind of thing. Like you might have issues in relationships and really having to assess who can you take on this journey with you. What ups and downs might you have? What do you need to tweak? What do you need to rework? All of those things. And that's part of the journey that we see in the Two of Wands. But it all kind of comes down to this final card, which we see the Two of Cups, which is heavily about communication, as well as compromise, talking to the other person or talking to, or taking time to really feel into intuitively, emotionally, creatively what each person or what each individual that's in this situation with you, who's on the journey with you, what do they need? What do they want? How do they need to be nurtured? You're not just pouring something into this situation, but they are also pouring into the collective outcome as well, or into the journey as well. And so you need to make sure that you're taking care of each other. And part of that is just listening, really communicating with each other and making sure that you're pouring into each other, making sure that the other person is good as well. Where I do see maybe some issues coming up with this is if that communication is not happening, or if one person is being a bit more selfish, because we do have Lilith in Libra as conjunct Mercury in Libra as well. And so it's like really calling people out if they are not having a team mindset, or going into the past to dredge up old issues that might still be holding you back, to be able to heal and kind of pour those healing waters onto the relationship so that you guys can build a more solid foundation and be able to move on together. But with that being said, that is what I have for you, Aries. Good luck.